It's there. Welcome to Booth Talk. I'm talking about my blindness.
What up?
And so I was like, I read the first two lines. I thought pretty good. And then the third line, I was like, I got a few guesses. I've got a few. I can give you 2 or 3 options for each. The C and the O and the Q.
In that category?
One of those, I'm definitely counting. I think it was like a D or a P, honestly. I was way fucking off.
Something else with like a half circle.
Yeah, it was like, he's like, Brennan, this is a smiley face. I was like, oh shit, this is a picture of a lion.
Like, this is the
but no. So I was, so then he's like, all right, let's try something. And he brings it, the little thing in front of me, and he's like, click, click, click.
1
click,
or 2?
Click.
2 or 3?
And then he does like another click, and I go, holy shit! And like it was just like
it was like bright. It was like visual.
Boom,
you can see it.
And I was like, okay, I guess I.
He's like, that's good for you. That's not good, man.
He's like,
Did they do that air test where they
I
always hated it?
Where they dilate your eyes.
Where they're
They
just
did,
like
but
they're just like don't blink right in your eye.
They did that
real quick.
And they did that. And now that you say how you describe it, maybe that's why it was even worse, because when he did that, he made it seem like, all right,
that's
now
supposed
watch.
to make it easy.
And I honestly was like, I didn't think he even did anything.
Oh, okay.
So maybe there's how bad they are. That I didn't even register.
They're supposed to dilate your eyes.
He was like,
have your eyes fully like open.
I remember it was years ago when I last had it, but they always do that. They're like they don't warn you that's what's coming. They're just like they're like, hey, keep your eyes wide
they make
open.
You put your face up to like a dozen different things, so you get I get sketched out in the beginning because of that. I'm like, is this the one that's gonna fucking blow shit in my eyes? Or,
He was just like, he was like behind me, and he's like, all right, now just stay still. And I didn't even I was just like, okay. And
no, this isn't the air cannon, it's the needle cannon.
Yeah, no, that's why that was the only thing that I was like, I was really kind of like putting off going for. I was like really putting off, but in the back of my head, I was like, totally, let's go to the eye doctor, get everything done. I was like, but what if they tell you we need to put a fucking needle in that eye?
Yep.
And I was like,
or you ever see like those cart animation of the fucking dissecting the eyes and shit, like on Facebook and shit?
No, for good reason. I haven't seen.
It's terrifying.
Well, like a 3D mock-up.
Yeah. Follow on Facebook.
No, it's just like suggested shit.
This is why you need to follow. This is why you need to follow just Trump voters. It's more. It's
you got to move to the Trump app. Truth.
Yeah.
Truth. The Trump app.
Wait, they can't even. I don't think they can have anybody on there anymore. It's so full.
Oh, is it?
Wow.
Of course it is. He's got the full.
The servers are fucking overloaded.
He's got probably got the most people.
I bet there's no way it has a bias.
Oh, there's
the app.
Absolutely
I bet there's
not.
no way.
There's no way.
I can't see how.
I can only I can only imagine it's the most well-informed, open-minded, just
allowing anybody on the political spectrum.
Balanced. When I think of that, when I think of Donald Trump, I think balanced.
That's what everyone thinks.
Actually, speaking of that,
I think level-headed.
Yeah. Speaking of that, actually, I was driving around Mount Clemens, and there's like a park, and they have like the road sign for a park. Is a teeter-totter, 2 kids on a teeter-totter. Mm-hmm. And my first thought was like, oh, this is where they weigh the children.
Children weighing station? like a weigh station
this is where we
for
pick
trucks?
The biggest child.
Oh, my Lord. There's like a little thing on the side of the teeter-totter that's just got a little scale, a little weight.
Speaking of teeter-totters, when I was I can't tell you how old because it's a secret. No, I don't know. I forget, but I was in elementary. Got to be 3rd grade, 4th grade maybe. Between that 2nd and 4th. One of those, probably 3rd, maybe 2nd. Anyway, one of those ages. On the playground, I don't know what happened, but there was the head of a bunny.
Ooh,
wow!
The head of a bunny.
We had a condom.
That's fucked up.
We had a condom
like
on our
by the in the middle of the teeter totter, and I don't remember like coming across the bunny. I just remember her name was what's her name, Betty or Betsy? I think it was Betsy. She was the janitor, and
no one named her kid Betsy
in 2000.
Oh yeah,
like the problem with names is when you name someone, like it's almost like they take on the name. She looked like a Betsy.
Well, she's a janitor, respect.
No, definitely. No, she was a very nice woman. Anyway, I remember just seeing her.
We
like,
respect sanitation workers.
Yeah, I remember just no matter what their names are. Well, I don't want to say no matter what. But I just remember seeing her like with a black garbage bag and her just like pick up the I don't know if she was trying to hide it because she definitely didn't hide it from me. I saw it. It was like
she's like looking at you.
Did you
do this, Brennan?
I know you creepy little fuck. I know what you did.
Oh my god!
It's the first sign of a psychopath. I knew it.
I feel like whenever stuff like that happens, my immediate theory is it's like high schoolers.
Oh yeah,
doing something
in that grade, in that sense, middle schoolers. The next grade up.
Look up. Yeah, like this happened at the elementary school. Maybe some like rotten egg middle schoolers.
Who do you guys
hang
out with? I thought animal.
Like I said,
my first thought was what an animal.
Like I said, found like
my thought was animal. You thought buddy
comparable to that
classmate,
story, like finding something on like one of our school's fields.
Yeah.
Like I said, elementary school. I was probably in 3rd grade, and there were 6th graders all huddled around by the basketball court, and there was a condom just laying on the ground. That's it. That's all I got. That's how crazy my public school is.
There was
a bunny head would have been way better. I feel like.
Was it like bloody?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom of it. It was not a clean cut. This wasn't a surgical. Whatever happened.
Maybe it was an animal.
I felt it was animal. What animal leaves the head?
Yeah, that's vicious.
What animal leaves the head? I'll tell you what kind.
Normally they leave a gut.
The most dangerous kind.
Brennan animal. Yeah. Or a Betty animal.
The middle schooler.
Yeah, for real.
The 14-year-old boy.
That is the most dangerous creature in the world.
The most terrifying creature. A white teenage boy. In public school. In the suburb.
That's the kicker. Public school. That's what does it.
Yeah. Like, so what? Public school.
Yeah, for real.
We had guys spray paint my high school.
Nice.
At a point, yeah. It was.
That doesn't seem like
Was it good?
Like the most efficient way to paint a whole school.
No, they didn't paint the whole school. What it was is there's this big thing where we used to have 7 hours, like 7 blocks for classes. Okay, and then it was switched to 6, and it caused a big stir at my high school. And some kids, I know who they were too. I will not be saying it publicly to protect their identities.
What's that?
We'll call them John and Jim, but one of them, the Jim, I was at a party the weekend before, and he was really drunk, and I was at a party with
What's the statute of limitations on?
I don't know, but I'm still just gonna keep it. I don't need these guys being like, "Hey, yo, Jacob, why are you fucking telling everybody?"
Yeah. But you can listen to his new album, "Painting Up the School" by Dr. Horn.
But the like Saturday before, there was a party in New Baltimore, ironically, and we went there with one of the guys. It was the Jim, and he was like really, really, really drunk towards the end of the night. And I was having a strange night as it was. There was already an incident of a guy peeing, and like the other guy came with Pete himself. And then, so the guy who ended up spray painting the school, he started getting drunk, and he started saying to me, like me and John, John for this, he's like, "We're going to spray paint the school Sunday night." And I was like,
wow,
"No,
really
you're not." I was like, "No, you're not. You fucking idiot. You're not gonna." And then Monday, you show up to school and spray painted. And then there was one other guy who heard him say that he was going to do that.
Sell him out?
No, both of us, we saw each other and we were like, we got to keep this on the down low.
Oh, my Lord.
It's like some Ethan Crumley shit, not even trying to hide it.
No,
this is the can I'm going to use.
Like I said, he got super drunk, so we didn't believe him.
At Home Depot, picking out paint sample.
You see that episode of My Name is Earl? Randy's like super good at spray painting, and they stole a truck and they had to paint it, and he spray paints this crazy mural, and it's just his fucking name. Probably should paint something else, Just fucking tagging his name and what he's doing.
Yeah. They just painted it like a bunch of shit, like 7 hours. It was ridiculous. It's funny as I talked to them.
It was a form of protest.
They wanted more hours.
Yeah.
Was it more hours in the day, or was it just divided?
More class periods. It was like, it wasn't an hour. It was technically like a 52-minute block that they had like shifted to an hour. You know what I mean? To make 6 fit.
So wait. So what happened is, did the school day get shorter?
No, this is what I mean. It used to be
there were shorter classes.
There were 7.
No, they made longer classes.
Yeah, because it used to be 7 52-minute blocks.
I stand with the unnamed. I would have burned that place to the fucking ground.
They should have taken it farther. They should have done it again.
Easily. I would have been like, I will die. I would be like the monk. Self-immolate, whatever.
In Vietnam,
you show up in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. You're walking.
All
to
the
school.
kids are going to the
Brennan's
school
sitting there by the front entrance, like in just like whitey tighties. Yeah.
Sing my name.
People of New Baltimore. Hear my words.
Yeah, when we
just walking past them, they're like, "Fuck this! I'm going to school." Yeah.
I decree.
Nice.
So
Nice. Someone
That's
left
pretty
porn.
crazy.
Someone left porn in high school. Someone left porn on one of the computer lab.
There was an
computers,
incident
like wide open. It was
of
awesome.
a dude who, this was like early Twitter days. I don't have Twitter currently, but I think it was like 15 or so. So we're talking a while ago.
Yeah.
There's a guy who got head at a party, got a photo taken of him getting head. It was then you probably heard about this from other people because it was big, because the dude got arrested because not only they tweeted out the photo of this dude getting head, and then they found out that the girl was not legal age and he was 18, and so it was like a number of like, it was like a statutory it was like a statutory rape charge. It was like a distribution of oops, sorry, you guys aren't getting monetized. I said those words.
Don't worry.
But CP, cheese pizza. He distributed a bunch of cheese pizza to
don't
students.
let's not associate. For all those people right now listening, enjoying a cheese pizza, a real cheese pizza.
That's gonna be one of the top 3 topics for this podcast is cheese pizza.
No, and so he got like cops came to the school that day and arrested him. It was a big thing.
Alrighty.
Cheese pizza. There, I'll cut in there.
Yeah.
Cheese pizza.
We were talking about cheese pizza.
We were. But anyway, he did get prosecuted for the cheese pizza possession and distribution charges.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
I'm not too sure.
That's
again,
crazy.
What happened to him
God.
post that. I did when I was working at McDonald's. He did walk in once. We saw
you
him order.
Knew him?
No.
Oh,
I knew his face.
You knew him from that picture.
From that picture. Because I did see the picture.
Which picture?
The
first picture or the second picture?
The
mugshot picture?
The mugshot circulated, and then
the
there
video.
was it was a photo. The distribution evidence was circulated through Twitter. I didn't have Twitter, but someone did show me on their phone, like in between classes, and it was like, oh, dog, he busted. He had a big smile on his face too. It's like
what about? But he wasn't the one who filmed it. What about the person who filmed it?
No, the weird thing is that this means his buddies burst into the room.
Yeah, someone had to
took a photo, and then he posed. He was like,
which is just weird to begin with.
Yeah, no, he was.
I feel like regardless of who's down there, that's just a weird.
No, that's what I mean. Like no matter
move.
what, that's weird. Like
what happened
buddy,
to them? They didn't get in trouble for
taking
the picture.
No, I think the guy who took the photo did get in trouble.
I was about to say, dude.
I can't remember. Again, this is we're talking like 6 years ago.
Talking about cheese pizza.
It starts to get foggy.
You pull that trigger, it still works. It still counts. You still getting that.
No, he got hit too, but the other guy got hit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Worse.
Yeah, the guy involved with it all.
That's rough. That's oh my goodness.
So
I mean, hey, kids
well,
out there,
Twitter,
watch out with your phone.
Well, that and Twitter wouldn't even know.
The kids were the victim, right? In this.
Well, no, I'm just saying children and high school age people.
Yeah. People consider not children anymore, except when it comes to gambling and drinking.
Well,
and
I'm
smoking.
saying even still, watch out.
Those things, God, what a.
You can't be doing that. You can't be posting shit like that.
No, it's horrible. No, you can't be. Regardless, really, you shouldn't be. That's horrible. No. That's 18 is weird though, because they got.
It does get tricky. I understand.
No, I don't mean. First off, that's just a weird scenario. Probably because they might have been in class.
It was also within.
Imagine getting a felony. We're in class.
I do remember there was something like. It was within days of his birthday as well. That was other elements to it.
It was the blowjob for his birthday.
No, almost. I don't know if it was that level, but it was almost there.
God, that's just that's just.
It was one of those where it was at lunch, you're in the commons, you see the sheriff's department rolling up, who they getting?
When I was in 7th grade and 8th grade was when I had health class, and they would talk about they would talk to us about don't have underage having sexual thing with underage. But they would talk to we were underage. But they would talk to us as if we were the adults. And we're they're just no one under 18.
Keep your dick in your pants.
I'm 14. I think you're the one.
They need to be giving this lecture to the high school seniors. Listen.
For real.
We know y'all are acting up.
They did us.
I was like, huh?
They need to be doing that.
I haven't done anything yet, And then I started. I just had a bunch of questions. I was like, wait a second. I was
Have I done this?
I was like, what if we're both 17, and mid hump I turn 18? And
Clock strikes midnight.
And they're literally Brennan, we don't. I was like, and then what if I was like,
I can totally imagine you asking all these questions.
and they're just ask your
they're like, Brennan, shut up.
They were literally just like, ask your mother.
Sit back down.
Ask your father.
Brennan, listen, you're not going to be having sex anytime soon. Put your hand down. Like
this is like, oh, bump the brakes. This was not a This was not a topic for you. Maybe I should have specified.
Yeah. Well, quit talking like I'm the fucking adult here. 14.
No,
they should be like, watch out for people preying on you.
They started. When did they start sex education for you guys? For me, they started 5th grade.
We had a couple presentations. Yeah, I think 5th grade.
That's what it was. They did like little like
the boys and
lean-ins.
girls up, you know, obviously, and then they had some fucking douche come in, spit a shit just like that, you know, like. You know,
I had
put the fear of God in you.
I had a guy come in 5th grade. You know, they separate you. Guy comes in, shows us the video. The video literally tells you, like, it's like the shit from Mean Girls, where it's like, if you have sex, you will get AIDS.
It is
like it says that, like, don't do it.
It
says straight up, don't do it.
Dick on AIDS is like just a nasty.
Don't do this. Look to your left, look to your right. They're infected.
There was like one time it was like 8th grade. They were like, should you have sex with a condom? And the guy's like, you have a 99.9% chance of nothing bad happening if you have a condom on. You want to risk that 0.01? It's like, dog, we're talking like 10%. We're talking like 10% of a percent. Like.
What are the chances of a school shooting happening, right?
Probably greater. Probably like 4 or 5%, not percentage.
You know why?
Because
kids aren't fucking because they're scared, because they scared them, and you know.
They scared the hell out of me. I was like, they do.
They put the fear in you.
They're like, you're gonna get infected, and they're like, oh, she doesn't have it. You guys have both been tested. Guess what? While you're, I was like,
it's in the water.
I kept
actually.
literally. I was like, wait a second. But I don't have it, and she doesn't have it. How do we get it? And like, it's still there. I'm like, I don't understand.
It's dormant. It unlocks.
Cindy doesn't have an STD. Bob doesn't have an STD. They have sex. Now they all have STDs. Like, I don't understand how this works. And then they also told us, do not become. This was a big one. They also stressed, don't become blood brothers with anybody.
Oh yeah, they did say that too.
Do not do it. And that might
that to me, I've always just seen as like weird.
Every year they'd bring it up.
Just like the idea, like
never once,
even beyond the health concerns.
Never once has anyone come to me and been like, all right, so we're gonna cut ourselves.
Yeah, cut your
palm
open.
Because my thought was,
why'd you do it? That was like you just walked up.
I was like, so wait a second. I was like, so people just harm themselves and then they.
I wonder if that was like a 90s thing. They're like, shit, kids out here trying to be cool.
Always be so fucking cool. It's gonna be the new
thing, yeah.
Hey man, the kids are gonna want to do this.
Hey, let me see your palm. You know? Oh, you're a bitch. You don't have to cut. It's like what?
You can still hold things.
Yeah.
Because your palms aren't bleeding.
God.
No. Yeah. It was, weird time. But I remember like in 5th grade when they started teaching us, it was like they literally would like come in and they're like, they would say that and then they would just start saying like, and then, you know, the semen and then it goes in and then she's pregnant. And I was like, I remember asking, I said,
somebody got a question.
I said, how come? They said, they asked you, does anyone have any questions? I was like, of course I have questions.
Only dude raising his hand.
Literally, I was like, you're not gonna
anybody else?
You're not coming in here and just throwing this on me, and I'm walking away being like, all right, I've learned everything. I've heard everything I need to hear. I was like, well, how does? I asked. I said, I was in 5th grade. I said, how does the semen get into the vagina? Because in my mind, I'm like, what
you're
the
right.
Fuck? In my mind, I'm like, what semen? Where the fuck does that come from? I know one thing comes out of here.
We talking about the Navy?
I know what I do with this for sure. I know certainly I've been doing one thing with this thing for damn straight. I know peas. I know that's it. So you're telling me there's something else? And he tells me, this is what he tells me.
I don't believe you. He's like, I don't believe you.
I'm like, Ron,
show me, prove it.
I'm asking, where does it come from? No, because he didn't even tell me that it comes out. I'm like, where does it come from? What is it? Where's this semen? What is it? And how do how do I get some? No. And he says to me,
he's running down to the nurse. He's freaking out.
I think in hindsight,
start asking the nurse questions. She's like, honey, stop.
When I look back, I think I was Butters growing up.
Yeah.
I think I was Butters, but he says to me, he goes, he just says, ask your mom and dad. And I was like, well, what the fuck
and
was
then-
the point of this?
Then mom and dad
Like,
go
why did
into
you
school
waste
teaching
my
you
whole
this.
day?
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to be like, there's no context for that, you know? Like, there's no reason for me to approach them. You, on the other hand, you know, you kind of brought it up. So I feel like you could at least finish the conversation.
Exactly.
You know, if I just walk up, hey, Dad, let me ask this. Semen, what do you think about that?
Well, your dad already, when you talked about it before, hey, Dad, what's a rubber? And he's
Yo,
like,
I asked him.
well, rubber's a material, son.
rubber.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was already not. That
He was
was
retired.
You were
that was-
older. You were.
That was 6th grade. That was the year after.
Oh, it was the year-
He wasn't answering easier questions the next year. I was right to not ask him the previous year. Then I was right to hold back. He wasn't ready for it.
Yeah,
'Cause
clearly.
Like I said, I asked him during. You ever see Without a Paddle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long time
If you haven't
ago.
seen Without a Paddle, it's a wonderful movie with Dax Shepard and Seth Green and Matthew Lillard.
Yep.
Great movie. And at one point, Dax Shepard, they're pulling out like these memento, like these things that they like put in a box to like the
Time
most prized
capsule.
possession.
Yeah.
They want to like put in as like when they like made a blood oath and everything. And
Oh, they warned us.
and Dax Shepard pulls out. Well, it wasn't like on each other; it was on paper.
Okay.
You know, they didn't go all the way, pussies.
Health
And,
conscious.
yeah. This was the late 90s.
It's a contract. It's a blood
They were,
contract.
they technology was different. They knew you shouldn't rub blood together with things. But so Dax Shepard pulls out a condom and he goes, and it looks like a wet nap, you know. And he goes, my first rubber. And I turn to my dad and I go, what's a rubber? And he goes, and I probably should have. I had a sense that this wasn't the right answer because of the panic and the hesitation in his voice, like, it's like, you know, it's like a material on your shoe, you know, like, and I was like,
Like a rubber sole.
and I was just like, I don't
That's
think.
not right. That's
I
what
was
we're talking
and I was
about.
just like, you know, like
But-
when I was younger, they would say things like, here's an answer, like just to shut you up.
Yeah.
And I would accept it,
Yep.
and then later I'd bring it up to him, like, we can just do this, right? And like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, you said, remember when you said that a check is just, it's just like, but remember when you said, and like, you just sound like a fucking crazy man. And I'm like, yeah, I think so.
I was lied to.
I'm like, I think I'm hallucinating memories.
This is why I bugged the teachers at school. 'Cause
yeah, my teachers told me to ask
my
what
parents
semen
told me to
was.
Shut up. Yeah.
A strange man came in my
God.
class and started talking about semen. I wanted to know what it was, and he said, ask your mother. And
Here I am.
you know,
And they'd be like, go to your room. You're grounded.
Don't talk to us
Yeah.
again.
and then,
Exactly. Exactly. All right.
all
Yeah,
right.
wow.
Well, I think that's
Interesting episode.
Yeah.
that's a good episode of Booth Talk. Thank you for joining us and taking a trip down memory lane.
Hope you enjoyed. Hope
You
this
know,
brought back
maybe
some
you had,
public
you know,
school
leave in the
memories.
comment section. Maybe a similar experience you had with
Not
sex
about
education.
cheese pizza, please.
Not about, no, definitely not.
Not
But
about-
maybe about a similar experience you had with sex education in the public school system and the horrible things they made you believe.
Yep. Did you have a religious group come in and talk about sex? We did not, but I have heard like horror stories where that has happened.
No,
That'd be
I did
interesting.
not
Or, like
have a
religious groups
Did
will
not have
come into
religious
schools
groups. Did
and
not
talk
have religious
about
groups.
it.
No.
And I bet they talk about it in a very
No.
open, positive
Like through
way.
a sheet type shit. You know?
What is it, the Mormons, where
Yeah,
you
the
need
Mormons,
someone to
yeah.
jump on the
Yeah.
jump on the bed to stimulate movement? To
Because you can't move.
That sounds so
yeah.
much more-
Granddad? Why would you pick Granddad?
Well, I mean, who's gonna, you know, like,
He's always been there for me.
because he's, well, I'm sorry.
Keep it in the family.
I'm sorry, is your grandpa not helpful? Would he not be willing to help, you know? Okay, does he not want to see his bloodline continue?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, well, thank you for joining in for Booth Talk.
Let's see you next week.
Oh, like you couldn't say your R's, so it was like
No, actually, no, I couldn't actually. No, I couldn't.
parking lot. Like that.
No,
too
no,
good,
we don't.
dude.